I love peanut butter and I love Nutter Butters. They're so good. They're made by Nabisco, who's been making snacks since the early 1900s, giving us Ritz crackers, Oreos, and graham crackers and brownies, I guess. William A. Turnier is said to be responsible for the modern-day design of the Nutter Butter and the Oreo, but it isn't known for sure.
It's another Nutter Butter peanut butter sandwich cookie.
Aw, you knew.
So in 1969, Nutter Butter was added to America's cookie jar by Nabisco. The only thing is I'm off sugar, and one Nutter Butter contains 4 grams of sugar, which isn't a whole lot, but if you're not eating sugar and you want to have more than one cookie, it kind of adds up quickly. So side-by-side comparison to a recipe that I found and altered online, and a regular Nutter Butter says 4 grams of sugar and 10 grams of carbs versus 2 grams of sugar alcohols and only 3 grams of carbs. I altered the original recipe by having all the ingredients and subbing cream cheese instead of butter for the filling and using allulose instead of erythritol. Alright, let's get into it. Here's some of the tools I used. Except for that bowl. Didn't use that bowl. Use my own mixer bowl. You will need a hand mixer or a stand mixer to get this mixed up. So now you're going to want to take all of these ingredients and mix them up until they're nice and combined. Don't worry if it looks too dry. The oil from the peanut butter is going to make this moist when we get to the next step. Once it's looking pretty well combined and in this crumbly looking sort of dough, you're going to want to form it into a ball. Alright, that's looking good. So next steps, you want to get your board ready, lay down some parchment paper and get ready to roll out the dough. And these don't rise much, so the thickness you roll them out to is the thickness they're going to be. I use these little bamboo sticks as a guide when I'm rolling them out so I don't roll it out too thin or too thick. They're about 1/4 inch thick. These help guide the rolling out so it stays nice and consistent. Earlier, I 3D printed a peanut-shaped cookie cutter to get the nice peanut-shaped cookie I was after and use that to cut out the dough to make these peanut-shaped cookies. Those are looking great, but we're not done yet. Using the tines of a fork, I made impressions into the cookies to make it look more like a peanut. This is a little different from the original, which has more of a raised peanut look, but you get the idea. I'm going to bake those for 10 minutes, 350. While those are baking, I mix up the filling. You want to get these ingredients fully mixed up before adding the allulose. Just like with the cookie dough, get it into this crumbly dough mixture and then form it into a ball before rolling it out between 2 pieces of parchment paper. Again, I use the sticks to guide the rolling pin to roll this out consistently. Then I downsized to some smaller sticks to get it thinner. Again, I used the 3D printed cookie cutter to get the exact shape of the peanut. Then I popped those in the freezer to let them chill for about 10 minutes. The parchment paper works nice for the filling because you can easily peel it apart, but I did have some cracking issues, which doesn't really matter once you cover them up and make sandwiches out of them. In the end, these cookies turned out to be really peanut buttery and delicious and not too sweet. The cookie texture was a little more dense than I would have liked and not as crunchy as I was going for, but the mixture of the cream and the dense cookie made for a different experience than a normal Nutter Butter. I really enjoyed it.